Coming up on this edition of Blue Jay Journal TV, we're going to see just how dangerous texting and driving can be.
We will take a road trip to the St. Louis Zoo.
We will honor one of our principals, Dr. Kelly McCollum.
And we will share with you the true story behind a place you may drive past often on I-44.
All those stories and more are coming up on show number 8 of Blue Jay Journal TV for the 2012-2013 school year.
So don't go away because it starts right now.
We are always hearing about the dangers of texting and driving. But do we really listen? Statistics don't lie. People are still texting and driving regardless of the consequences.
And one Washington High School senior knows all too well about the dangers of texting and driving. And he's going to share a story with us today in hopes that we will all learn to put our cell phones down and focus on the road.
Got home from school about 4 o'clock, and I was in the basement with my brother. We were watching a movie, and my mom comes in the basement. She says, "I have some bad news." She's like, "Somebody got hit by a car on Kaplan Osage, and they think it might be your dad." And I'm thinking, this can't be right. Somebody knocked over our mailbox earlier that day, and he wanted to fix the mailbox. This girl who was supposed to get her dad from this auto place was driving home, and she was on her phone. And so when she was setting her phone down, she didn't look, and she hit him, and she kept going, and then she never stopped until she came back with her dad after that happened.
Tell me a little bit about Mr. Gary D.
A little bit about Gary D. Schuster. He was always a jokester. You know, he always liked to mess with people, you know, be a friend to anybody. All-around good guy, very outgoing. Pretty much everybody met, he made his friend. Cared about his family a lot. Family guy. Didn't let a lot of people get in between him and his family. Nothing really bothered him. Anything that happened at work, kind of put it aside when he got home. He's only cared about his work at work, never brought his work home. And then he turned into a family man once he got home. One thing sticks out to me. One of his best friends, he had a mom, her name's Midge. She comes over to me and shakes my hand, and she says, "Try to be the man that he was. Try to grow up to be the man that he was." And I never really forgot that, and I always try to think about that pretty much every day. You know, try to be the guy that he was. Do things like he did, because he always did things the right way. I was trying to digest it all at one time, like, wow, I really don't have a dad anymore. That's the only thing that was going through my head. I was trying to think, I was like, this can't be real because I've never actually lived this part. Do not text and drive, because so many different things could be a possibility on the roads. Even, you know, even somebody just like my dad standing outside, you know, middle of the day, middle of the afternoon, just trying to fix their mailbox. You know, you never know if they're going to be standing in the road, or maybe a construction worker is on the highway or something. So just put your phone away.
Rain or shine, road trips are still possible, so Rachel, Jess, and I decided to head to the St. Louis Zoo. No rain was going to ruin our day.
After about a 45-minute drive, which included jamming out to some tunes, we arrived.
Even though it was raining, people made the most out of the weather. There were closed exhibits, but there was still a lot to see.
We first decided to check out the new sea lion exhibit.
It was really cool seeing the sea lions from a different perspective. We also saw some outdoor animals, but not that many, so we decided to head indoors.
We went to the birdhouse. There were many exotic birds we had never seen before.
After we were done seeing the birds, we went over the hill to the monkey house. It smelled pretty bad, but but the monkeys were still adorable.
The monkeys were pretty restless in their cages and put on a fun show for us.
The reptile house was next, where we saw a wide variety of creatures.
For last, we saved Ellie's favorite exhibit, the bug house. Ellie loves insects.
We saw a lot of creepy crawlers that I found interesting.
The butterflies were definitely the highlight of the trip.
After a long day at the zoo, we decided to make a stop at the Labadee Market on our way home.
They were having a pretty slow day, but they made us feel welcome. It also helped us get in and out pretty quick after a tiring day.
Overall, it was a successful road trip. Remember, even though it is raining outside, you can still have a fun time outdoors. For Blue Jay Journal TV, I'm Jessica Hamlet.
I'm Ellie Rep.
And I'm Rachel Jackson, reporting.
Dr. Kelly McCollum was recently honored for her work as our assistant principal.
Rachel Jackson and I sat down with her to learn more about her award. Here's the story.
She's always extremely respectful and extremely courteous to everyone that she talks to.
So congratulations. She does her job well and over and above the expectations.
I am the associate principal at Washington High School. This is my 19th year in education, my 15th year here at Washington.
Kelly McCollum has many jobs at WHS. Sometimes she may go unnoticed, but recently she received a little recognition.
I was recognized by the state of Missouri in October for the State Assistant Principal of the Year. It all started back in the spring when I was nominated and won the regional division for the Assistant Principal of the Year, and then it goes on to the state level.
It was like excited but well deserved because she's awesome.
It's a really cool thing for our school and she really deserves it.
Dr. McCollum says that while it was an honor to win the award, she feels like it's the whole school who deserves congratulations.
I love this high school, and I think for me it's more recognition of who we are, who our students are and our teachers are. I'm the person's name who they recognize, but that is only possible because of the students and the teachers that are here.
I think it's a good reflection just because it shows what good teachers and principals we have.
Everybody should react in a positive way and be pretty excited.
This job means so much to me, and the students mean so much to me. It was just a recognition of all of that. And there's just so many great things about this high school, and I will use any stage I have to tell people that.
We would like to congratulate Dr. McCollum on her award and wish her luck as she moves into the running for National Assistant Principal of the Year. I am Rachel Jackson for Blue Jay Journal TV.
I smoke weed to relieve stress from school, but then I do worse in school, so I smoke more weed. I smoke weed to relieve stress from school, but then I do worse in school, so I smoke more weed. I smoke weed to relieve stress from school.
What seems harmless at first can become a vicious cycle.
So I smoke more weed.
Don't let drugs take away your education,
your future,
your life.
So I smoke more weed. I smoke weed to relieve stress from school, but then I do worse in school, so I smoke more weed.
College credit classes are kind of a waste. I feel like it's good for people to have, and it's way easier than actually taking it in college.
College credit classes are offered at Washington High School, but are they necessary?
They prepare you a lot more for your college classes coming up, as far as like homework goes and everything and essays. And then also you already have that credit going into college.
I honestly think the biggest benefit is it helps them as a student, because it is a little bit more difficult. There's a little bit more writing involved. It's thinking at a little bit higher level.
Many students agree that college credit classes prepare you for college, but some feel quite differently, especially when it comes to the finances.
I feel like I would take them if they weren't so expensive. I don't think a lot of kids can pay the money, you know? I don't really think it's fair because people who can't afford it don't have the same opportunity as people who can.
Beyond the money involved, there is added pressure to succeed when taking a college credit course at Washington High School.
The biggest negative that I see is, for example, if they would make a really low grade in the class, then it's not only on the transcript here, it's on their college transcript that follows them through their college career as well. But overall, to me, I see it as way more positive than negative.
So what's your opinion on college credit courses here at WHS? Tweet us at Blue Jay Journal to let us know. I am Jessica Hamlet reporting.
You may drive past it often, but not even know the story behind it.
That's right, Route 66 State Park is just off I-44. But Derek and Ercy found out there's a lot more to it than just meets the eye.
Here's the story.
Just past Eureka, Missouri, off Highway 44 is Route 66 State Park. The park honors the beloved Route 66 that once went through this area, with a visitor center full of memorabilia. It is also a place for people to enjoy outdoor activities. The park features miles of walking, bicycling, and equestrian trails. Visitors can bike, walk, birdwatch, study nature, or enjoy a picnic. But what some people do not realize is that Route 66 State Park is more than what first meets the eye. It's actually a ghost town and the site of a major ecological cleanup. Before it was Route 66 State Park, it was a town called Times Beach.
Times Beach was a small community that sat right on the Merrimack River right off of I-44. They didn't have a lot of facilities. The roads weren't even paved. The community got together and hired a man as a contractor to come in and spray used oil on the roads to keep dust down. Problem was the oil that this gentleman was using was contaminated with what later found out to be known as a toxic chemical called dioxin.
One Washington high school teacher experienced the Times Beach disaster firsthand. Karen Fixel grew up in Times Beach and the event impacted her life.
There were people in white suits. They kind of looked like beekeepers. They had on big all white suits and they'd wear the big hats over their bodies. They were from the EPA testing soil because there was belief that there could have been dioxin there. You were kind of, okay, how's this going to affect me? I played in the dirt. I made mud pies. My mom one day didn't want me to step in the oil that they just sprayed, so she was going to carry me on the bus, and then we both just fell in it. We were told on December 23rd there's confirmation of dioxin. If you are back living and trying to live and clean up your homes, you should leave. Or if you've not come back to your homes after the flood, don't come back.
The experience not only robbed Karen of her house, it stripped away a whole part of her childhood.
Most people can go back and see their childhood home. They can visit their town. They can go back and see, sometimes, most of the time, your parents are still living in your childhood home. Nothing is left there, nothing. So that to me is the hardest part, not necessarily thinking one day I'm going to have a health concern from the dioxin. The dioxin took part of my childhood is what it did.
What was once considered a disaster has been cleaned and restored into a place of beauty for all Missourians to enjoy. For more information about Route 66 State Park and other parks in our state park system, go to www.mostateparks.com. I am Ercy Ebinger reporting for Blue Jay Journal TV.
Hey guys, I'm Caleb.
And I'm Nathan.
With the weather starting to warm up, me and Nathan decided to go on a fishing trip.
Once we got our stuff together, we headed out to our special fishing spot.
After getting our stuff together, we baited our hooks and began to cast.
It wasn't long before we both got pretty hungry.
Luckily, we had our sweet tea and lunches already packed and ready to go.
Meanwhile, the fish refused to nibble on our bait.
We sat, and still there was nothing.
After much waiting, frustration, and the cold weather starting to come back to us, we decided that fishing in wintry conditions was a bad idea.
Even though we didn't catch anything but a cold, it was still worth the trip. Maybe we'll have better luck next time.
For Blue Jay Journal TV, I'm Nathan Holmeyer.
And I'm Caleb Curran, reporting.
All the seniors here at Blue Jay Journal would like to thank you for watching.
Have a great day, Washington.